Ladies and gentlemen, I'm a little under the weather, but this is not stopping me from bringing one of the most exciting announcements from Galileo Technologies. Absolutely no clickbait. This is exactly what we're looking for from Galileo. The only thing that's going to top this is if they ever announce that they got a top 5 bank. Okay. So, for the people who are extremely bullish on SoFi owning Galileo Technologies and Technisys, this is going to be a very exciting video for you. Okay. Introducing Mesh with SoFi and Galileo. So this is Mesh payments. We're going to be talking about this, but let's just go through the article. Mesh teams up with SoFi and Galileo for expense management innovation. Now, Mesh Payments is not a new company for Galileo. This has actually been a part of Galileo since about 2022. It might be earlier than that, but whenever I created my Galileo client list back in 2022, they were already on that list to begin with. So they've been around for some time. But let's see what's happening today. Mesh Payments has joined forces with SoFi Bank as its sponsor bank and with Galileo Financial Technologies. Now, the financial technology or Galileo Financial Technologies, not new. SoFi Bank, what the heck is going on? So, with SoFi's bank's scalable financial framework and Galileo's modern, customizable API based payments processing platform, Mesh Payments is positioned to streamline enterprise expense management. Okay, now we've seen this once before. Rapid Finance taps SoFi and Galileo to enable small business financing. Rapid Finance has done this already. However, it was a little bit different. Let's go through Mesh Payments real quick and let's see the differences here. SoFi Bank's selection as Mesh Payments sponsored bank underscores its emerging capabilities in commercial payment services. Commercial payment services, okay? As one of the few sponsor banks to offer an integrated approach, SoFi Bank's relationship with Galileo eliminates inefficiencies that typically arise when fintechs rely on separate providers for banking and payment infrastructure. We're excited to partner with SoFi and Galileo as both companies share our vision of delivering the most modern and innovative financial solutions for businesses. They are the ideal partners to support our mission. Love this. Okay, so Rapid Finance. The difference is that Rapid Finance was tapping SoFi Bank for issuing their debit cards, or well, essentially it was a charge card that was actually tapping into the lines of credit that were offered by Rapid Finance, but still very interesting. But that was where they were sort of leaning on SoFi for, and then Galileo was doing the payment side. Now let's go through the key benefits of this mesh payment partnership. SoFi Bank's sponsored program is built on Galileo's powerful tech platform. Well, as of October 16th, this is exactly what happened. SoFi Technologies to adopt Galileo's Cyberbank Core for new commercial payment services sponsored banking program. What a jumble of words, but now it's actually starting to show effect. So they're actually working with Galileo clients just a little bit deeper. Now, regulatory expertise. Enterprises benefit from solutions that align with strict compliance standards. Now, why did they highlight this so specifically? I absolutely love this as being the next benefit in this partnership. The Synapse bankruptcy, right? Client money was lost. There was, a disconnect between the fintechs and the banks. Why don't we have the best compliance having an actual regulated bank and our payment infrastructure all in one? So good. This is exactly what we want, is that deepening of SoFi's sponsor bank to work with the AWS of fintech. Okay. Remember, SoFi is an actual nationally chartered bank. There's nothing higher than this. They have the highest, compliance standards up there with the JP Morgans and the Bank of Americas. So, lastly, operational efficiencies. With real-time data, automation, and centralized visibility into spending. Real-time data? That is interesting. Why choose these types of words? Okay. Well, if we look at what Technisys actually brought, which was Gen 3 banking, this is exactly what they sort of show off. Let's create a new style of banking, which will bring in real-time data, cloud-based infrastructure. So not only are you getting your payment side, but you're also getting that cloud-native banking core. So the infrastructure and the payments, okay? And this is exactly what Paul Mayer here, the SoFi Bank president, actually had to say. With SoFi and Galileo under one roof, we empower partners like Mesh Payments to harness Galileo's advanced cloud-based banking core. So they're no longer just a Galileo client, and they're not just tapping SoFi Bank for some sponsored bank activities. They're also getting in with Technisys for the banking core. This is the trifecta. This is what we were expecting from the AWS of fintech. I've been talking about this for a long time, and now it's actually coming to fruition. Now, just going into a little bit more detail, Mesh Payments processes more than $1 billion in annualized payment volume. To be honest, it's not a ton, but that's fine. Integrates virtual and physical corporate cards. So just like Rapid Finance tapped SoFi Bank for their issuing capabilities, is this integrated virtual card and physical corporate cards also going to be issued by SoFi Bank as well, just even deepening that relationship even further? So this, guys, is exactly what we should be excited about. I showed off this slide just a little bit ago, and this is the absolute first example that we've seen of this. Tapping Galileo for payment services, which they've been doing for a very long time. Technisys for that core banking infrastructure, potentially issuing banking cards. They weren't too specific on that, but we do know that Mesh Payments does do that. That's why they went to Galileo in the first place. They just could be dealing with a different bank. But now they're also doing, their enterprise payments, potentially also getting in customer deposits and issuing those payments. You need a sponsor bank to handle those payments. And so you're kind of getting all three of these companies combined. This is exactly SoFi's competitive advantage that no other company can handle. Not even the biggest payment companies that don't have banking license, and not even the smallest banks or Marketas of the world, or any of these, standalone businesses that might only do one of these businesses. SoFi is doing them all. Now, one of the things that I love about Galileo the most is not only do you continuously try to put out new services and deepen your relationships with existing members so then you can actually make more money from them over time, but also those members need to start making more money themselves and grow their own businesses. So if they have 1,000 outstanding cards with a certain business, okay, Galileo gets to make a little bit of money. But if they have 100,000 cards or continuously growing those amount of cards, then Galileo continues to make more money over time. I wanted to highlight another client here. This was from Galileo LATAM. This is all in Spanish. For the Spanish reading viewers, go ahead and read that. But I'm just going to translate it really quickly. Great news. Plata Card received a license from the regulatory bodies in Mexico to become a bank in Mexico. A milestone that we celebrated with them at Galileo Fintech. And this is just the beginning for Plata Card. Okay. If we actually go back, this was reposted by Scott Henderson, a employee of Galileo, that says the growth of the client, our client Plata in LATAM, is extremely impressive. He gets to actually see the numbers on this side. So just another congratulations to another member of Galileo. They continuously not only get new clients, but those clients continue to win. So if we have certain clients that are, growing at a 30% clip, then essentially, Galileo customers over time should be growing at similar rates, let alone if we get them onto Technisys or SoFi Bank sponsorships or these sort of products that can actually double down on the efficiency of a per product average revenue per user. So super excited about this as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Galileo is hitting it out of the park from every angle right now. Hopefully they continue to show off more impressive results, but it's all going to be down to whether or not they can land some of these large clients going forward, and then we can also track their growth going forward. It's going to be in those big deals that actually makes a massive difference in the quarters to come, but this is great news as well. And it means that trifecta, that AWS of FinTech, is in full motion and clients are signing up. But that's it for today. I'll see you guys at the FinTech Frenzy live every single weekday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye for now.